competitive prices. We'll make sure your vehicle is ready for all your spring adventures. Visit our Fort Smith location at 9700 Highway 271 and let us prepare your ride for whatever the season brings. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. Southern Tire Mart, we keep America rolling.
Hey, this is Dr. Charlie Liggett at River Valley Smile Center. You may know me as your local dentist, but I'm a giant Hogs, Dolphins, and college baseball fan as well. Listen to me, Phil, and Matt talk about our 3 ups and downs for the weekend every Monday on halftime at 12:15. At River Valley Smile Center, we're a comprehensive dental facility that offers children's dentistry, dental implants, sedation, whitening, and much, much more. Dr. Cole Johnson, Dr. Hannah Cabe, and myself are located at 8309 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith. River Valley Smile Center. When you come here, you become family.
You're listening to ESPN 95.3.
Good pick, good pick.
KERX Paris Fort Smith.
The drinking all day.
I just met with the team, and there is a team this year. So let me go over some of the roster. What we're doing, who's going to be here. Not quite finished, but I'm feeling really good about this group.
What's up, Hog Nation? Let's run it back. I'm all in.
Yo, what's good, Razorback Nation? It's TV. Just want to say I'm excited to come back and do another year on the hill. Okay.
I'm all in, Razorback Nation. You too. Let's do it.
What up, though, Hog Nation? Jerry Jacob here. Just here to let y'all know I'm all in, man. Let's do it.
I just wanted to give a huge shout out to all my Arkansas fans. And I really just wanted to let y'all know, Hog Nation, I'm all in.
Hog Nation, I'm all in. Let's do it.
Hello, Hog Nation. I'm all in.
And on top of that, you read today, Carter's testing the waters, which I fully agree with. That being said, I'm liking this group.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hey, welcome into a Fastball Friday, Fast Break Friday, I guess, since you started with the basketball clip. Football Friday, we're talking spring game. We got a lot of things to talk about. We're live at Harry Robinson Buick GMC X11, I-540 in Fort Smith here on a Fast Break Friday, brought to you by QC Kinetix. Since you know I love basketball, Colton, I think we'll call it Fast Break just for today's purposes. QC Kinetix can help you out with all your joint pain, whether it's golfing, hiking, tennis, stuff you want to do, but maybe you haven't been able to lately. Well, the good thing is the medical pros at QC Kinetix are right here, and they can help you now. Call them at 479-999-1234. That's 479-999-1234 with groundbreaking regenerative treatments that help calm that joint pain. No surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. I know Tommy's used it for his shoulder. I know others have used it from our audience that have taken advantage of this. Again, call now. Now is the best time to get started with QC Kinetix. 479-999-1234. 479-999-1234. The highlight montage you just heard on the top of our open that Colton put together was the video of John Calipari yesterday announcing several returnees for this Arkansas basketball program. In addition to that, it was made official that Malik Ewan, Nick Pringle, and also Kareem Mertell have signed with Arkansas. So you've got some good news. Still waiting to see what Carter Knox does. Based on Carter and what you heard from Coach Cal, Carter Knox is entering his name into the NBA draft process, and Colton, it will be a thing where he goes through it, maintains his college eligibility, still has a chance to come back, which I think you and I both expect to happen after the evaluations and whatnot.
Yeah, I think this is like your first time taking the ACT test or the SAT where you really don't prepare at all. You kind of just go in there and wing it. This is kind of what that feels like to me. Not that Carter Knox doesn't have everything that he needs to go to the NBA and be successful, but I think coming back one more year would be good for him. Like Coach Cal said, him testing the waters is great for him. It shows that, hey, look, you have the potential, you're almost there, but going back one more year will probably suit you better. So he'll see what professional scouts have to say. He'll see what professional GMs and coaches have to say about his game, what he needs to improve on, what he's gotten really good at, and then he'll make a decision from there. But I think regardless of whether or not you do have Carter Knox or not next year, that's still a really good team that we heard coming back. There were some question marks about DJ, TB. Those are now gone. Those are two big pieces to bring back from last year. Continuity is what helps win championships.
Yep, and Coach Cal has stressed you want continuity. We got it. I know that's something that he's talked about, so it's encouraging to see that. I really like how they put this together. Mm-hmm. It wasn't an individual announcement by each player. It was a team combination. I think of anyone coming back, I think the most people, the thing that people had questions about the most was probably DJ Wagner, just with Darius Acuff and Malik Thomas coming in. I'm going to be honest. I expected him to explore his other options with those two All-Americans coming in, and yet he's coming back. I think he's going to be a steady hand in the backcourt for this Arkansas basketball team. You know what he brings defensively. We saw him emerge as a starting point guard last year. So a lot of encouraging things about this roster heading into the 2025-2026 season. And again, I love this. Well, I know we both laughed at this.
Hello, Hog Nation. I'm all in.
I'm all
in.
Baby. So I guess he's taken over Big Z as the as the forward player of this Arkansas basketball player.
Hello, Hog Nation. I'm all in.
All in.
Baby.
A lot of those guys are all in. All right, we got plenty to discuss this morning. Mentioned the spring game tomorrow, still scheduled for 1 o'clock. Hopefully rain. I know there's already been changes with baseball. Hopefully rain doesn't derail anything softball related, football related. Talk about that. Plenty of other stuff to discuss as well, including the baseball team and what happened yesterday in Baum-Walker Stadium, and that's where we get going here on our opening drive.
2-1 pitch. Davalon grounds to second base. Royo bobbles it, recovers it, throws to first, and that's it. The Hogs have lost 3 consecutive SEC games. Texas A&M wins their 8th consecutive ball game by a score of 7-4.
Weston Moss is their guy. They took a shot there in the 5th and brought him in, and we had our shot to get to him, and we couldn't quite get that big hit. We had 2 innings against him, and we had a couple of guys on where we needed one more hit to at least score, and we couldn't get it. So that's kind of the way I assess it. We didn't get the hit when we needed it, and they did.
This is the opening drive.
So Weston Moss was outstanding for Texas A&M yesterday. You think about what he was able to do for the Aggies and just holding in after coming in and out of the bullpen. And really Dylan Carter was the same way for Arkansas for the majority of that game. Colton, you look at what he did for Arkansas, saving the bullpen for today. No games tomorrow. If you haven't seen the announcement that was made, there will be a doubleheader later on today. Arkansas will get going with Game 2. First pitch is at 2 o'clock. Now, here's the dynamic. If you had tickets for Saturday's game, that will work for the first game, Game 1 of today. Saturday's game, just for everyone listening, if you had tickets for Saturday's game, that will work for Game 1, first pitch at 2 o'clock. Phil and Bubba will start getting going here on most of these stations and hitthatline.com, plus our Hit That Line Now app powered by Taco Bell at 1:30. And then after that, it's Colton's an hour, right? I think it's an hour after
1 hour in between games.
1 hour after. There's an hour in between games. The broadcast will continue on here on ESPN Arkansas, and then they will again move on to that second game. The second game, the same ticket applies. If you had for Friday's game, the same ticket will apply on this second game set up tonight. You had a chance last night, Colton, to come back 7-4. Davalon's up. You got 2 guys on, and just didn't go your way last night.
Yeah, it was an unfortunate ending to the game. They brought in Weston Moss, and that's kind of what Phil talked about yesterday, was that's how Texas A&M has gone on this long streak of getting back into competitive games in the SEC. They started in a really tough hole after being ranked number 1 and having a big fall off to the season. They found something good in their reliever, Weston Moss, and brought him in, and he had 5 innings that were just really, really good. I mean, he faced 19 batters, struck 5 of them out, only allowed 3 hits, and just was really efficient at carving up Razorback hitters. And it's unfortunate to kind of see the Razorback hitters fall off a little bit here these last 3 or 4 games, but I do think that what you mentioned that was really kind of stood out to me was Dylan Carter did the exact same thing. He came in there, shut him down, had a really great outing as well, and so you save the rest of the bullpen, and I know Coach Van Horn talked about that, but look, that's probably going to give that's probably going to be it for Weston Moss for the rest of this series because they are playing the next 2 games today. So that does leave you feeling better that Texas A&M doesn't have quite the same amount of strength coming out of their bullpen as we saw last night, and hopefully Arkansas can get back to their hitting ways.
Here's what DVH had to say on at least what they were able to do with Carter and saving that bullpen for today.
I thought Carter came in and did a great job, really gave us an opportunity to score and get back in the game, and we just never did.
I just, again, got close at the tail end.
Yeah. Had the tying and winning run, I think, at the plate. So, I mean, they're right there in these games, just like last weekend at Georgia.
Mm-hmm. So you've lost 3 straight, as you heard Phil Elson say there. So now what? You've got, honestly, I'm going to be honest. I don't know if you watched the post game, and no coach is happy after a win, but I'll equate it to something in my own life. So yesterday, we're playing golf. And I would characterize myself, I'm not a sore winner. Like, I don't say much after wins. I've learned that, like, you don't say so. I know Lane Kiffin was kind of joking about the group text, the clip that we played earlier this week, but my friends or anyone else I compete against, they get ticked off. So I shake their hand, good game, don't say anything. I'm a sore loser, though. So after I may or may not have lost $50 on the golf course yesterday after blowing 3 of the last 4 holes, I may or may not have thrown my golf club 50 yards and hit a golf cart.
Oh.
So, as someone, and again, Dave didn't exactly throw his mic or anything, but this was...
Well, you just have to be at the game and watch. I'm not going to tell you everything we're going to do with them.
He's a little bristly after the game, but I don't mind that. It's an angry Dave Van Horn. The team should be fired up today. Gage Wood on the mound, the Roosters back for Arkansas baseball, and we'll see how it goes. Even like, and that was honestly a question to, if I remember correctly, Colton. I think that was an answer to a question about how long Gage Wood would go today, which I think a lot of Arkansas fans are curious for a guy that hasn't pitched in nearly 2 months what that looks like. So he's up first, and then you'll have Landon Bileshees, otherwise known as Juice or Cheese, in that second game. So a lot of questions for this that I know Arkansas fans have following that. But again, let's think about this. Let's pull the context in. This is I feel like a Phil Elson thing. You've lost 2 games by 1 run, and you had a chance to tie the final game against the Texas A&M team that's won. They won 7 or 8, or is it 8 straight?
They won 8 straight now.
Okay, they've 8 straight. So this is not exactly a team that is playing bad baseball. Remember, preseason number 1 started off slow, lost Grahovic. They still have Laviolette, who's fantastic center fielder. They have some pieces that are starting to click a little bit, and you saw that yesterday. But I personally, when I saw how frustrated Dave was at the end of the press conference, I was like, yeah, they're gonna be ready for this game. Not that if he was happy they wouldn't be ready, but that's kind of what I took away from the 7-4 loss to the Texas A&M Aggies last night in game number 1. All right, that is your opening drive here this morning, brought to you by Andy's Frozen Custard. Hey, you're looking for something sweet, delicious? Well, head over to Andy's Frozen Custard on Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith, plus the other locations in Conway, East O Street, and Dave Ward Drive across from UCA. Hey, don't forget about the Andy's 2 in North Little Rock on JFK Boulevard. Whether you're looking to cool off or satisfy your sweet tooth, Andy's has you covered. The best frozen treats around. Take home a Pick 6 mix and match of your favorite flavors for a treat for you and the family. Swing by Andy's Frozen Custard today at Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith, the 2 locations in Conway, and don't forget JFK Boulevard in North Little Rock. Andy's Frozen Custard, walk up or drive through, they're ready to serve you. Download the Andy's app from the App Store today. All right, still a lot to get to here this morning, including our Fenceman Friday picks, and we've got our buddy Sean from the Fenceman here with us now on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Sean, good morning, man. Happy Friday. Happy Good Friday as well. I know it's a Fenceman Friday, but it's also Good Friday for a lot of people listening this morning.
Yes, it is, and we have put up a lot of wonderful fences around all over Fort Smith, River Valley, North Arkansas. And that allows everybody to have a nice, secure backyard to hide their eggs in. So that'll be fun.
All right. So what is now? Your kids are a little older now, Sean. What Easter festivities, if any, are we partaking in this weekend?
Well, so every year, because we do have older kids, I hide about 6 to 8 large golden eggs, and inside the golden eggs could be anywhere from a piece of jerky all the way up to $100 bill.
Nice.
And we'll go super hide those for all the adults and the kids around there. And I mean, when I hide them, like it takes them a good hour to discover them. But it's pretty neat when they find the $100 bill egg. They get excited. So
okay, that's awesome. Well, why didn't Tommy have something like that around the radio station?
Oh yeah, there's no chance he'd be willing to give up $100 for us, Ty.
100, man. That's a pretty good deal if you're asking me. Well, how long does it usually take, Sean? Is one of those things that takes 30 minutes, an hour? Is it an all day affair? What's that look like in the Braswell household?
It takes them about an hour. There's about 8 to 10, depending on who shows up, that kind of goes out and looks for all these eggs. And I feel bad for my sister's house because they destroy her backyard, flipping over everything, logs, rocks.
Well, that's just another customer, right? That's just another customer you can help.
Exactly.
He knows what he's doing. Mm-hmm. He knows what he's doing. All right. Well, again, hope everyone has a great Easter Day weekend here on Good Friday, and everyone else, whether it's church you're going to this weekend, some of the egg festivities that Sean's talking about. I know we've got plenty of listeners that have young kids. I still hope that my dad, Baylor Brad, Sean, I think I've told you this story before. My dad probably has a picture lying around of my brother and me dressed up in bunny costumes. I hope that's been burned, but I tend to think it's around here somewhere. Did your parents make you dress up on Easter back in the day that maybe potentially scarring pictures that you remember all these years later?
Yes, very much so. So my mom used to own a business in downtown Van Buren called the Balloon Saloon. And during the Easter time, she would go buy a bunny costume and make me wear this bunny costume and deliver balloons all over town. So, there's this 6'6" bunny walking around scaring kids carrying balloons. So it was, and she bought me a brand new pair of tennis shoes, and she spray painted them pink because my feet couldn't fit into the shoes the bunny feet they provided. So I was pretty upset about that.
Oh man. I don't want to dig too further. I don't want to bring up old wounds or anything. So let's go and get in some picks this weekend. We got baseball. Again, a lot of game. I said a lot of game ones. All game ones yesterday, being that it is Easter weekend. So we will get in our Fence Man Friday picks with Sean.
Tommy, does Arkansas cover that 1.5 point run spread tonight against the Bulldogs?
Yep, I'll take the Hogs.
Sean, what do we think? Can they win this game by 2 or more runs tonight against Georgia?
No.
Tommy, how many games go to the Razorbacks this weekend?
2.
Sean, do they win or lose this series this weekend? How many games do you think?
They win this series.
I think Arkansas, like I said, is going to lose tonight. I do think ultimately they do win the series. Texas, they're taking on Kentucky.
I'll take the Texas Longhorns.
I've got Texas, Sean, winning on the road.
I don't care how great they are. Doesn't matter.
Tommy, do you got the home team or the visiting Orange in this one?
Give me Ole Miss.
I've got Ole Miss. We going Vols or we going Rebs?
There's going to be a lot of Rocky Top being sung today.
I appreciate Sean sticking to his guns when it comes to the Texas Longhorns, who, by the way, are coming into town in 2 weeks, potentially as the number 1 team in college baseball. All right, let's go ahead and get into some stuff this week. Again, all games have been played. I say all games. I think Kentucky and I think all games. Colton, correct me if I'm wrong on that. All games have been played as of yesterday, right?
According to what you put right here, Kentucky and Florida State, Florida, Mississippi State, and Tennessee haven't played their games this weekend.
Okay, I hate the SEC. Again, the SEC baseball scoreboard update is the worst. They need to change that. Whatever. All right, Sean, 2 games today. Again, the Saturday game has been moved on today. Colton, you jump on this in place for Tommy, who, by the way, will be back on Monday, thank goodness, for all of our audience's sake. Sean, how many games does Arkansas take today? 0, 1, or 2 against the Texas A&M Aggies? Your wife's Texas A&M Aggies.
She is, and last night's win for the Aggies was miserable for me. So, but no, our Hogs they did not play well last night. We had a little struggling with our first pitcher, but I think today they're going to come out with a vengeance and take both games back to back.
I think Gage Woods is going to be jacked up and ready to go. Sometimes that can be good, sometimes that can be bad. I think Arkansas takes both games today and takes the series, Colton, after bouncing back from this game 1 and a 3-game losing streak.
Yeah, Mad Dave gets him motivated. I'm going to homer up as well. Give me the Razorbacks to take them both today in the doubleheader.
All right, so Vahiva Aloy continues to have success. He goes 2 for 4, another home run yesterday. He's hitting .372, 21 double hit outings, which leads the team. Colton, does he homer again today for the Arkansas Razorbacks? And if so, how many times?
Yes, 1 time in game 2.
One time. I'm going to say he doesn't homer in game 1, but he gets a game 3 homer. Sean, I think we continue to see this guy who's up for the Golden Spites for Arkansas, who could be the third winner in the history of the program. I've got him hitting 1 home run in game number 3.
I got him hitting a home run in both games.
Both.
And game 3.
Both games. He's going both games on this one. All right, let's pick some SEC games, starting with the ranked matchup. Georgia and Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt won yesterday. Does Vanderbilt win the series in Nashville, Colton, against the Bulldogs, who Arkansas fell to this last week? And who you got, Bulldogs or Commodores?
I'll take the Commodores in this one.
I'm going to take the Commodores after their win last night as well. I've got Vandy advancing in this series 2-1, Sean.
I want to lean towards Georgia, but I think Vandy's got the better team. Even though they're not ranked well, I think they got the better team. So Vandy.
All right, number 1 team in the country got a win yesterday. That would be your arch rival, the Texas Longhorns, against Auburn. Do they continue to win this series, Colton? I've got them winning at home. What say you?
Yes, I do think that they'll win at home, but they are going to split the next 2 games. I think Auburn is going to take one from them, but Texas will eventually end up winning the series. It got a little rocky last night.
Yeah, it did. All right, Sean, are we sticking to our guns like last week? Does Texas win at home, or do you think Auburn takes them the next 2 games?
Like I said, I don't care how good Texas is, what they think they can do. Never will I pick Texas, ever. So Auburn's going to take it all.
You are gaining customers by the minute, but man of principle. Well, Sean, when it comes to any fence-related things, I know that Colton's dad's talked to you about it. I'm going to get a dog by the end of the year, so you and me are going to have a conversation by the year's end. But whether it's repairs, commercial, residential, you guys can do it all at the Fence Man. 479-782-3936. Northwest Arkansas, River Valley, you name it, you can help people out in the area.
Yeah, we sure can. We can do, even if you've had an emergency, something's happened to your property or business, and you need some temporary security fencing to, put that off. We have temporary fencing. We have permanent fencing, and again, we do everything from a simple residential repair to the biggest commercial job that you think we can handle for you. Just give us a shot. I think you'd be impressed.
And so many of our listeners have been impressed with Sean and his team's work over the years. It would just add to the list. Well, Sean, enjoy the Easter egg hunt with you said your sons and their friends, or is it just the sons and the rest of the family?
No, so I have 5 kids of my own, so you can there's the 5. And then we have my sister has another one, and then we have a couple more friends that come over and bring their older children. So that's where we added up. But I bring the most competition to the playing field.
The most next of kin. Oh,
yeah.
Well, Sean, enjoy the weekend. Hopefully they're able to find that all those 6 or 7 golden eggs, okay?
Thank you, sir. Y'all have a great Easter weekend.
All right, that's our buddy Sean, at the Fence Man. Again, 479-782-3936. We're live this morning at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. You can take advantage of state sales tax paid on every single pre-owned vehicle on the lot. They have vehicles here starting less than $10,000, and they are ready to help you here at Harry Robinson Buick GMC, Exit 11, I-540 in Fort Smith. When we come back here in the Morning Rush Hog Update, hear more from Cal, Dave Van Horn, and more as we continue on a Fastball Friday.
Through kicks and deals, he struck him out swinging.
This is Fastball Friday on the Morning Rush. Presented by QC Kinetix. Get real lasting relief from chronic joint pain.
Now, for a limited time, employee pricing is back at the #1 fifth wheel dealer in Arkansas, Wheels RV. That's right, employee pricing is back, and you pay what our employees pay on a huge selection of select new and used RVs, plus some 2025 models included. You'll find all your favorite brands, such as Grand Design, Brinkley, Forest River, Vibe, Nobo, and Flagstaff. Plus, you get a lifetime warranty on every new RV sold. Employee pricing exclusively at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV, located 5 miles west of I-49 in Tawnytown. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because Arkansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my RR prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
I'll say this. One of my favorite follows on social media is an Instagram account called Scenic Pisses.
This is the Morning Rush.
Harry Robinson Salisal Ford wants to buy or trade for your vehicle today, and they will give you top dollar. Pre-owned car values are at historic all-time highs, and your car today is worth more than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Salisal Ford, and they'll give you more than any other dealer. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they'll still buy yours. Harry Robinson Salisal Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisal.
Dozy Place has now been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years. Celebrate your special birthday, holiday, person, or just because at Dozy Place. Start with delicious appetizers and your choice of drinks from the largest selection of wines, beer, and liquor in the River Valley. Dozy Place is open Tuesday through Thursday 5 till 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended, so call 784-9111. 784-9111 for Dozy Place, 422 North 3rd Street, Fort Smith.
Ignorant when it comes to a lot of topics. Thankfully, I listened to my friend's advice on the housing market and called Jeff Marks at Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. Jeff made the process smoother than Mama's gravy.
Ty, you got to throw in some homemade biscuits with that gravy and a great local real estate professional to guide you down the right path. One of the keys is knowing what to do and certainly what not to do.
You communicated and were transparent throughout the process.
Ty, like you, anyone can call me, Jeff Marks, at 479-414-1193. For your big decisions, I have simple solutions.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
April showers bring May flowers, which brings, June heat. Remember the June heat with the air you can wear? Mike Blaylock with Blaylock Heating and Air Conditioning. We offer the highest efficiency home comfort system on the market today with the York Affinity Series. So for all your high efficiency heating and cooling needs, plumbing and drain cleaning, get a red truck rolling your way today. That's Blaylock Heating and Air Conditioning in York. Give us a call at 782-8940. That's 782-8940.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
This Mother's Day, show your love with something sweet, like the House of Webster's handcrafted fruit butters. And don't forget Cinco de Mayo. Spice things up with our bold, flavorful salsas made right here in Rogers, Arkansas. Whether you're shopping for mom or preparing for a Memorial Day picnic, the House of Webster has you covered. Check out our gift shop or visit us online at houseofwebster.com. It's not just the flavors that keep you coming back to the House of Webster. It's a tradition. See you soon.
Delicious jams and jellies.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. Are you stuck in a paper jam of printer prices? Paper cuts from budget cuts? Don't throw in the towel. Call Dixie Digital Imaging and dive into our new and used inventory blowout. We're slashing prices on top-of-the-line Xerox, Brother, and Epson printers and multifunction devices. Gently used or brand new models that are tired of being in our warehouse. Don't miss out on these deals. Call 479-783-6600 for more details. Quantities and availability are limited. Dixie Digital Imaging, bringing document innovations to the River Valley.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
There's only one Razorback.
Uncle Tommy loved the Razorbacks.
Razorback fans, let's stand up and call those. About 107 down. This one
belongs to the Razorbacks. Ball's on the ground, picked up by Colin. Alex has got room.
Everybody move big through. This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
I also like Coach Tino is the best offensive coordinator in the country. Like he knows even with any player that comes in, like he knows their strengths and weaknesses. Like he understands what they can do on the field, what position to put them in, how to match them up. He knows, just all the small details, and to be an offensive coordinator, he's a perfectionist.
Yesterday on the Morning Rush talking about Bobby Petrino, who is in year 2 as the offensive coordinator here at Arkansas. Spring game is still tomorrow. I know that there's a bunch of things going on. You got a truck show, yoga. Of course, the game's at 1 o'clock. They're doing autographs and everything else. Colton, I know that the Apple weather map is not the most accurate, but it is showing rain around 1 o'clock in Fayetteville. Hopefully it's wrong. Hopefully, I don't want Darby or Dan or anyone else to be incorrect, but in this case, I hope they're wrong about rain tomorrow.
Yeah, me too. I'd love to see the Hogs get out there and get a chance to play. And Coach Pittman this morning on Chuck and Bo show was saying it'd basically take the National Guard and the National Weather Service to get them not to play. So I think it's important to them to get out there and have something for the fans to see, and hopefully they get that chance tomorrow because it's supposed to make for a good Saturday with the football team getting out there.
Maybe I saved this, or maybe I should have saved this for Cart Pass Social. Morning Rush Daily Question. Did you know his middle name? Or I've only heard him as Sam Pittman.
I think I'd heard that somewhere before in passing, but I never got that. We never got the full genealogy of his name, I guess, or where that came from. The lineage. Yeah. It's great.
First time that I had heard that today. Doubleheader in softball today against Colorado State, and then tomorrow at 10:30. Again, kind of same situation when it comes to weather. We'll see what happens there. Hopefully, Arkansas baseball is going to get both games in a game. Just want to remind everyone, if you had tickets to Saturday's game, those tickets can be utilized and used for Game 1 today at 2 o'clock. Game 2 is the typical if you had tickets for Friday. I know that's a little confusing. Maybe I'm not the person. This is where I need Tommy to lay it out perfectly. But if you had tickets to Saturday's game, those can be used for the first game at 2 o'clock. If you had tickets for Friday's game, they can't be used for the first game. They can only be used for the second game when it comes to Arkansas baseball, and it'll start 1 hour after the game today. With that, and they're going to do like what they do with the SEC tournament or Sweet 16 events or anything like that. Well, they'll reopen the gates, and after pulling everyone out and everything else. Again, Dave Van Horn not happy with his team's performance yesterday. Really wasn't happy with his team's performance. If you remember earlier in the week, even though they won pretty handily against UAPB, I know one of the questions first time in a while that Zach Root struggled, which was just kind of odd to see. He's coming into his own as your Friday night starter. I know technically it was Thursday, but here's what Coach DVH had to say about Root yesterday.
Average at best. He walked a couple guys that really hurt. They fought him a little bit, but he didn't put him away a couple of times, and they got to a full count. The ball ended up hitting about the middle of the wall out there with 2 outs. That was a tough one. I'm just about to get out of that and then couldn't finish him off.
7 hits in 4 innings is not typical of Zach Root. Don't expect that to happen next game, but every once in a while you just have a bad. Again, reference this stat. How many straight games, Colton, has this team won? Texas A&M?
They've won 8 straight now.
Okay. You've lost 3 straight. Yeah. Hopefully that changes later on today at 2 o'clock. All right, that is your Hog Update here on this Fastball Friday, brought to you by QC Kinetix. Our Hog Update, always presented by Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
We were talking about Easter with our buddy Sean the Fence Man. I know our friend Larry Rath with Rath Auto Resources has a nice little giveaway that he's cooked up on Facebook. Larry, good morning, man. I know you're really excited about all the things in your Easter basket that you have some customers and some friends that have a chance to win.
Absolutely, it's going to be a good time, and they've been putting that basket together for weeks. It's full of fun things and great places to go for a meal, and if you haven't registered, all you got to do is follow us on Facebook. It's real easy to get registered for that, and we're giving stuff away all the time. So follow us on Facebook for those fun, free giveaways and special offers that are going on. speaking of special offers, up to $3,750 extra for your trade right now. And that's a big deal. I think about all these people that have been through this whole, several year stretch here where we had COVID cars. People have been buried up in some of those cars. They couldn't trade. They couldn't get rid of that car. This would be a terrific time to do that. We see the market going up right now, and just a terrific time to sell us your car. And we need those cars, and we make it so easy. Come on in. We take a quick look at it. We make you a cash offer. You can leave with money in your hand. We take care of all the state-required paperwork, all the payoffs, all that stuff. Make it really, really easy for you to sell us our car and get top dollar right now at Rath Auto Resources. We're doing the same thing at the Mitsubishi store up in Springdale. We got a good selection. And the new 25 Outlander. Man, if you haven't seen that, come on in. Take a look. If you haven't test-driven a Mitsubishi, put them on your list. There's a car where you can get more car, more warranty, and just more car for your money with the Mitsubishi, and we've got a good lineup of those as well. So lots of fun things going on this weekend. We hope you'll come and see us. Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith, Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale. Check us out online, rathauto.com.
He's a great guy. He's got a big Easter for you. And I'm going to be honest, Larry, my engine light came on, so I'm going to be seeing you soon at the Meineke Car Care Center. All right?
That's right. Yeah, you come on in. We'll take care of that for you.
It's quick
No
and
problem.
easy, and you get that text,
Quick and
too.
easy.
That goes over everything. Larry, have a great Easter weekend, okay, buddy?
Thanks, guys. Happy Easter, everybody. And folks, come and see us.
All right, coming up, we've got Lane Whitman, the Railbird 333. We'll talk some horse racing with him. Also want to get into our Morning Rush daily question as well. You heard Larry, you've heard Sean. What is your Easter tradition? Usually I'm with my parents of some sort, but I'm not getting a chance to necessarily do that this year. But what is something you do each and every Easter? We'll get to that coming up here on a Fast Break Friday. Hope you're having a great start to your Easter weekend.
Through kicks and deals, he struck him out swinging.
This is Fastball Friday on the Morning Rush. Presented by QC Kinetix. Get real lasting relief from chronic joint pain.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
Now, for a limited time, employee pricing is back at the #1 fifth wheel dealer in Arkansas, Wheels RV. That's right, employee pricing is back, and you pay what our employees pay on a huge selection of select new and used RVs, plus some 2025 models included. You'll find all your favorite brands, such as Grand Design, Brinkley, Forest River, Vibe, Nobo, and Flagstaff. Plus, you get a lifetime warranty on every new RV sold. Employee pricing exclusively at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV, located 5 miles west of I-49 in Tawnytown. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Well, you just have to be at the game and watch. I'm not going to tell you everything we're going to do with them.
You're listening to the Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
The Newmeyer family is a mainstay in Fort Smith, and their newest restaurant, the Whippoorwill, has so much to offer. Friday night catfish, good. Tuesday nights, kids 10 and under eat free with an adult meal purchase. Don't forget about Whippoorwill for every Hogs game with their massive projection screen. For catering options, call 479-769-2095. Newmeyer's Whippoorwill Restaurant, now a part of the Newmeyer family.
It's time for the Rath Rod Replacement Sale at Rath Auto Resources. Right now, bring in your old car and get up to $3,750 above appraised market value for your trade. Take advantage of over $20,000 in recent price reductions on our road-ready certified pre-owned inventory, inspected and reconditioned in our on-site Meineke Car Care Center and backed by a comprehensive warranty. It's the Rath Rod Replacement Sale all this month at Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautofortsmith.com.
Join us for the legendary adventure Mystery at the Forest on Saturday, April 26th. Heart to Heart Pregnancy and Family Care Center invites you to share this magical evening of excitement, mystery, and fun. If you are a business or individual looking to sponsor a heartfelt organization or to buy tickets, please text H2H Mystery to 44834 or call us at 479-452-2260. Heart to Heart's Mystery at the Forest, April 26th.
The paint store in Van Buren is still the place to go to when doing the job right really matters. Our unique line of Richards paint products was chosen by me to perform for you. This is Sue, and my 35 years of experience ensures you get the right paint and the right color. That's important to you and me. Thank you for your support. Come see what I'm talking about. 1414 Fayetteville Road, the paint store, Van Buren.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today and see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit can save you up to $500 off your tax bill.
This ad sponsored by the Sebastian County Assessor and paid for by Amendment 79.
I have enough trouble deciding what's for lunch. Imagine how stressed I was during the home buying process. Thankfully, Jeff Marks at Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, took the reins.
That's right, Ty. Buying or selling a home is the biggest financial decision you'll ever make. I have years of experience and proven expertise that help guide you through the process.
All my female friends love my house. I'm not kidding either.
Trust me like Ty did to guide you through every step of the way. Call me, Jeff Marks, at 479-414-1193. Big decisions, simple solutions.
Dozy Place has now been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years. Celebrate your special birthday, holiday, person, or just because at Dozy Place. Start with delicious appetizers and your choice of drinks from the largest selection of wines, beer, and liquor in the River Valley. Dozy Place is open Tuesday through Thursday 5 till 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended, so call 784-9111. 784-9111 for Dozy Place, 422 North 3rd Street, Fort Smith.
Up to $10,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off. Or lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer EV. With hands-free driving assistance, go 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds for as low as $800 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's Place in Lowell online at carpatsocial.com.
Alrighty, Colton. We're live here at Harry Robinson Buick GMC XC11 I-540 in Fort Smith. What is your Easter tradition each and every holiday with your family? Your family's not too far away. I know you got some family plans this weekend.
Yeah, so for as long as I can remember, our family tradition has been going to Bidding Creek Baptist Church in Wauhilla, Oklahoma, just over the border. It's my aunt, or I guess it's my great aunt Chris's family church. They've been going there for a long time. We've gone there. We go to the church service in the morning, then we all go over to her house. It's a big, horse farm. They have tons of pasture land out there. We take walks, take hikes out by their pond, just enjoy each other's company, stuff my face full of jelly beans. When I was younger, there was obviously a very large, massive Easter egg hunt, but a lot of those kids are a little bit older now, so their kids do it. But yeah, we've been doing that as part of my family for as long as I've been around, so the better part of probably 30 or 40 years.
I think mine's pretty simple. It's like just going to Fellowship Bible Church in Little Rock, and then just having a lunch after. When you I've noticed this, and most of you that are listening right now already know this, but when you get older, your traditions are, while they don't necessarily have to be as complex, you just want the consistency of whether it's seeing your family or seeing friends or whatever the case may be. It doesn't have to be this elaborate, over-the-top entourage of a variety of different things, but just simple. So it is nice to see that from time to time. B in Clarksville says, I buy a chocolate bunny with a broken ear, and he eats it anyway. That is his tradition, what he does every year. I will say I don't often buy candy, but I do really enjoy the Reese's. I'm not a fan of the Cadbury eggs, Colton.
No.
But I do enjoy the Reese's peanut butter chocolate eggs, even though it's the same thing as a Reese's peanut butter cup. It's just repurposed and repackaged in a different way, essentially.
Do you have any outstanding thoughts about Peeps? I think Peeps are the worst thing that's ever been created.
The marshmallow,
those are
I'm not
terrible.
a big fan.
And Easter is like their one time a year where everybody's like, Peeps are so great. No, Peeps are awful.
I'm not a big fan of them either. They're just very mid to me.
Very mid.
I mean, if they're, I don't even like, sometimes something's around, you'll eat it just because it's free. I don't even know if I would eat a free Peep. That's just not necessarily my cup of tea. All right, that is your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush Daily Question. Number one place for indoor golf in all of Arkansas. I was texting my buddy Christian Olson about this yesterday. For example, this weekend, we've talked about the inclement weather. Well, the great thing is you can still play golf at Cart Pass Social. They have over 1,000 different courses that you can play at Cart Pass Social. You're not paying per person. You're paying per bay. Corporate events, birthday parties, dinner reveals, you name it, they can do it. It's also BYOB at Cart Path Social. Don't have to wear golf attire or anything like that. Stop on by 122 Grant Place in Lowell. CartPathSocial.com. Number one place for indoor golf in all of Arkansas. Tyler and Winslow texting in here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline saying Peeps are like Halloween candy corn. I'm not a big candy corn fan either.
I like candy corn because that's just straight sugar.
Oh, do you?
That's just
straight
sugar.
Chris also said Peeps are trash. Wife buys 2 packages and he eats half of one, and we throw it away when we need the pantry bin for Halloween candy. Before we talk to our buddy Lang Whitman, do want to readdress the big Arkansas basketball news. Cal put out this video yesterday of the different players that are coming back. Carter Knox is testing the NBA waters, but I'm going to guess, I could be wrong, something could change, but I'm going to guess he's going to be back. Trevin Brazil is back. DJ Wagner's back. Billy Richmond is back. They announced the signees of, and you might have to correct me on his name, Ratel. The Lebanon kid.
No, I'm not going to try. I'm not going to try. No.
Malik Ewan,
Ratel,
and then also
yeah.
and then also Nick Pringle, and of course you got Sealy Acuff, and also Sealy Acuff and Bleak Thomas coming in as well. So that's the big news. Again, that was announced yesterday on social media, so I know people are excited about that. They're also excited about the weekend ahead, as are we. And that's what our buddy Lane Whitman is here for. Lane, I know you're excited about this weekend. Only 3 weeks left in live racing. I know this is a time of year you look forward to each and every year, and it's coming to a close before we know it, unfortunately.
Yeah, this is week 20 of 22 weekends at the live meet. Only 2 racing days this week. We only race today and Saturday, take off for Easter Sunday, come back next week, which we'll get into later, as a 4-day race week, Thursday through Sunday next week.
Well, let's go and get into some of the stuff, Lang. 3 stakes races tomorrow's, including the $1.25 million Oaklawn handicap that I know you're really excited about.
Yeah, we have 3 stakes races tomorrow on the Oaklawn card. There's 12 races tomorrow. The 6th race is the Bathhouse Rose Stakes. It's a $200,000 race at 1.8 miles for 3-year-olds. The heavy favorite is the 45 Morning Line Choice Instant Replay from the Brad Cox barn. I'm thinking a big win here, and the next stop for Instant Replay could be at Pimlico for the Preakness Stakes in 4 weeks. We'll see if Instant Replay can get the job done in the Bathhouse Rose Stakes. Then we look at the 10th race, the Valley of the Vapors. I just like the name of that race. It sounds cool to me. Valley of the Vapors, $200,000 race at 1 mile for 3-year-old fillies. The 2 favorites on the morning line, 2-1 Quantum Burst, 3-1 Miss Martini. Those are the top 2, looks like, to be in that race. Then we get to the main event, the 11th race, the Oaklawn Handicap, $1.25 million, as you mentioned. It's a 1.8 mile race. It's a Grade 2 event. And the defending champion is back, something that we don't see often in this race. Skippy Longstocking won the race last year, is the second choice on the morning line this year, and will attempt to become only the third horse ever to win this race twice. And it has not happened since 1965, so that's something to look forward to in the Oakland Handicap. Other ones that will try to beat Skippy Longstocking, First Mission is the morning line favorite, Banishing, and a horse named Alexander Helios. Those are the top competition for Skippy Longstocking. I think he's going to be up against it. He's a 6-year-old horse. There's only been one horse 6 years old or older win this race since 1969.
Let's go. What's the best long shot later on this weekend, Lang?
I've got a long shot for today. Friday's card, race number 6, horse number 7, Copper Echo, 8-1 on the morning line for trainer Ingrid Mason. Jockey Ramon Vasquez is in the saddle. And here's a horse who drops in class to the lowest level of his career. This is a $10,000 claiming race at 1 mile. He's been stuck in 3 of the last 4 races on muddy or sloppy tracks, which led to his poor speed figures, in my opinion. He's going back, if you go back to last June at Churchill Downs and coming up through Oakland where he ran 1 race on a fast track, his last 4 times he's raced on a fast track like he's going to get today, his speed figures are as good as anybody else in this race, and we get an 8-1 morning line on him. You add in the fact that the top 2 favorites in this race, horse number 4 and horse number 5, both only have 1 win in 28 career starts. So he's not running against the Secretariat out there today. So I see this race as ripe for an upset. Look at number 7 and race number 6, Copper Echo, 8-1 on the morning line as my best long shot today.
Let's go. Let's go. Well, Lang, we always appreciate you making time for us here this morning, especially on busy weekends like you're about to head into. Follow Lane at the Railbird 333. Our conversations with Lane always brought to you by Brothers Roofing. Lane, have yourself a fantastic weekend. Only got a few more weeks, so you got to savor it and enjoy it here these next couple weeks, okay?
Yeah, y'all have a good Easter and look forward to it. Kentucky Derby right around the corner.
All right, good stuff from our buddy Lane Whitman. Again, on Twitter at the Railbird or X, how you call it. Do you say X or Twitter, Colton? What do you say still? I still say Twitter.
It's Twitter. It's what it'll always be. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna keep. It's like, to me, I know it's Simmons Bank Arena, but I always say Altel just because it grew up as Altel to me. Again, our conversations with Lane Whitman always brought to you by Brothers Roofing. I know they were helping out people in Clarksville with Dale Hammage and Boonville with hail damage not too long ago, and they can help you out with anything you need at Brothers Roofing as well. When it comes to roofing and restoration, no one does it better than Brother Alexander, who has nearly 30 years of experience as an adjuster in roofing as well. His crews have over 20 years of experience, and they provide free estimates with the most competitive pricing possible. Call them at 479-353-3877. That's 479-353-3877 for Brothers Roofing and Restoration. All right, so any surprise, I mentioned the Cal news, Colton, any surprise at all about the news yesterday that John Calipari released on this basketball team in the Arkansas basketball program?
No, not really. Only surprise is there's people that have walked into our studio that just asked if it's okay if they start drilling. Lance is going to take care of that. I think, I don't know. Maybe you know something about that, but they're in the big production closet. I don't know what they're doing. But, Ty, not surprised at all because of the fact that this is Coach Cal we're talking about. He's developing players. He's changing the lives of these young men, and he's able to sell himself and sell this university. You knew that he was going to be able to get these guys to come back and be a Razorback, and I'm excited about it. No surprise.
All right, so I've become interested in what's going on there at the studio.
I don't know.
I'm at Harry Robinson Buick GMC here on a Fastball Friday, Football Friday, brought to you by QC Kinetix. What's going on?
You are doing your job. You're the consummate professional here, and people have walked in behind me, and you know, Lance is showing them the studio, and they're asking questions, talking to themselves. They can hear me out there now. Hopefully, they can still do what they're here to do. But I don't know what that is. Lance just kind of knew what was going on, and then they asked, "Is it okay if we do some drilling, or if they use the drill?" Which
for the next 4 hours.
I was like, you know what? I don't really know. I don't get paid enough to say yes or no. I say go for it because it looks like something needs to be fixed. But Lance is taking care of it. Looked like he had a pretty determined look on his face, and I know he's bringing in some top-notch guys to fix whatever the problem is. I will investigate. I'll have an update for you soon.
Okay, well, sometimes in radio, stuff happens on the fly, so I appreciate you rolling with the punches here as we continue on the morning rush here on a it's a fast break fastball and football Friday with the spring game tomorrow, the basketball news, and everything else. It is brought to you by QC Kinetix. Are you dealing with a chronic joint pain? They can help you out. 479-999-1234. That's 479-999-1234. You want to golf, you want to hike, you want to play tennis this summer. Well, they can help you right here at QC Kinetix when it comes to everything you need without surgery, no drugs or downtime as well. Everything to get you back on track where you want to be at QC Kinetix. Again, one more time, the phone number, 479-999-1234. That's 479-999-1234 for QC Kinetix in Bentonville. When we return here on the Morning Rush, we've got Felix Jones coming up at 10:30 at the bottom of the hour, so in about 40 minutes or so. Excited about that conversation. We'll jump back into some baseball, a little football as well. What Andrew Armstrong had to say about this team this year.
Adventure doesn't wait, and neither should you. Start your next journey at Arkansas's #1 fifth wheel dealer, Wheels RV in Northwest Arkansas. No matter the size of your family or your budget, Wheels RV has a new travel trailer or fifth wheel to help you explore the great outdoors. And with our exclusive lifetime warranty on every new RV, you can hit the open road with peace of mind. Come see us on 412 in Tawnytown or check us out at wheelsrv.net. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because our Kansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my RR prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
This is the Morning Rush.
It's time for the Rath Rod Replacement Sale at Rath Auto Resources. Right now, bring in your old car and get $3,750 above appraised market value for your trade. Take advantage of over $20,000 in recent price reductions on our road-ready certified pre-owned inventory. Inspected and reconditioned in our on-site Meineke Car Care Center and backed by a comprehensive warranty. It's the Rath Rod Replacement Sale all this month at Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautofortsmith.com.
Here's some exciting news for golf enthusiasts. The Golf Nut is thrilled to announce new arrivals for 2025, including Callaway Elite Woods and Irons, the new generation Pro V1 and Pro V1X golf balls, as well as a full range of lab putters, including the latest OZ model. Schedule a lesson or fitting on one of our indoor simulators to elevate your game. Visit the Golf Nut at 5121 Towson Avenue and experience golfing greatness for over 30 years.
Hey, Todd Richardson here at First Financial Mortgage, my mortgage lender, Ethan Adamson. Ethan, congratulations, over 300 five-star reviews.
Yeah, Todd, we pride ourselves on delivering a 5-star service during the entire mortgage process.
What sets you apart from everyone else?
I think communication, how quickly we work, we get you closed on time or early. Call 479-782-9300. Weekdays 8 to 5, ffb1.com. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you, equal housing lender.
Brothers Roofing and Restoration, a licensed and insured local roofing contractor in Arkansas. Since his playing days for the Hogs, Brother Alexander has been on rooftops, many years as an adjuster, and in the past decade as a roofing contractor. He knows how to help you through the insurance process while replacing your roof using only the industry's best materials. And being a lifelong Arkansan, he'll be here to stand behind his workmanship and warranty. Call 479-353-3877 to arrange a time for Brother and his team to inspect your roof.
Hit the greens for a meaningful cause at Mercy Fort Smith's Birdies for Babies Golf Classic on May 12th at Hardscrabble Country Club. This 4-person scramble features morning and afternoon tee times, with all proceeds benefiting maternal child services and our Level 3A NICU, helping keep families close to home. Enjoy a great day of golf while helping provide essential care for moms and babies right here in the community. Sign up today at mercyhealthfoundation.net/birdies for babies or call 479-314-1133 for more information.
Since 1992, the Inn at the Mill has welcomed guests to experience the most unique place to stay when visiting Northwest Arkansas. Centrally located at the Johnson exit off I-49, the Inn at the Mill has established a rich tradition of comfort, convenience, and value. Whether it's the big game, business travel, a trip to Crystal Bridges, or a weekend getaway that brings you to Northwest Arkansas, the Inn at the Mill has a spacious room with ample space to spread out. And when I'm there on business, I appreciate the fast, free internet to keep me connected to work, and the laid-back European-style breakfast to start the day. Experience unique and different at the Inn at the Mill, just off I-49 at the Johnson exit. Call 479-443-1800 to make your reservation. That's 479-443-1800, or visit innatthemill.com. The Inn at the Mill, where the past meets the present.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, lots of sunshine, a high in the low to mid 80s. Later on tonight, we could see the potential for some strong to severe storms, especially across the north. We could see the potential for large hail, damaging winds, and then another round of strong to severe thunderstorms as we head through Saturday. Those storms may be a little bit more widespread. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by In Good Spirits, Fort Smith's premier source for fine wines, specialty beers, and liquor.
KERX Paris Fort Smith. You're listening to The Morning Rush, only on ESPN 95.3.
I will give you a tie tidbit this morning.
I just met with the team, and there is a team this year. So let me go over some of the roster. What we're doing, who's going to be here. Not quite finished, but I'm feeling really good about this group.
What's up, Hog Nation? Let's run it back. I'm all in.
Yo, what's good, Razorback Nation? It's TV. Just want to say I'm excited to come back and do another year on the hill. Okay.
I'm all in, Razorback Nation. You're too. Let's do it.
What up, though, Hog Nation? Gary Jacob here. Just here to let y'all know I'm all in, man. Let's do it.
I just wanted to give a huge shout out to all my Arkansas fans, and I really just wanted to let y'all know, Hog Nation, I'm all in.
Hog Nation, I'm all in. Let's do it.
Hello, Hog Nation. I'm all in.
And on top of that, you read today, Carter's testing the waters, which I fully agree with. That being said, I'm liking this group.
This is The Morning Rush.
I think a lot of Arkansas fans are liking this team that's come together after the announcement yesterday. Hey, it's hour number 2 of The Morning Rush. Fastball, Fast Break, Football Friday, brought to you by QC Kinetix in Northwest Arkansas. 479-999-1234. That's 479-999-1234. You dealing with Chronic joint pain, you want to golf, you want to hike, you want to play tennis this summer, well, you can take care of it without surgery, without any downtime or drugs or anything. Help get your knees, hips, shoulders back to where you want them to be so you can participate in all those activities. Everyone's trying to live healthier lives and break free of the harmful meds. Well, QC Kinetix is the perfect way to do that. Again, 479-999-1234 for QC Kinetix. So, that announcement made on social media yesterday by John Calipari. Let me just run through everything that he said in case you missed it, because Weston Harrison was texting us in here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline about it. So you've got Billy Richmond coming back, you've got DJ Wagner coming back, and Trevin Brazil, 3 key contributors of last year's team that are coming back. Also, Jaden Carvaletta is also coming back, but I don't think a lot of people are as familiar with him because didn't play a ton last season. In addition to that, Malik Ewan, Nick Pringle, Kareem Bertel all signed, and then you've got Isaiah Seeley, Darius Acuff, and I did this again, Malik Thomas coming back. I did this in hour 1. Jeez. Sorry, Malik. And then Carter Knox is testing the waters. That's 11 spots. Assuming Carter comes back, you'll have 4 remaining. We've got a text here from John in Mount Home. He heard that they're pursuing Watkins from Florida State, the guy that he texted about yesterday, who was a teammate of Malik Ewan. So 4 spots remain. We'll see what shakes out with Cal. But as it stands right now, it's a pretty good roster, guys. DJ Wagner will be on his 3rd year of college basketball. Trevin will be on, I guess technically his 5th because he had Missouri injury at Arkansas last year, this year, and this. So this will be his 5th, even though he didn't get a full year with the ACL. Ewan's played a lot of college ball. Pringle's on, I think, his 4th or 5th year. So you're going to have a pretty veteran-laden roster sprinkled in with some freshmen. And the Lebanon kids, I mean, Kareem's like, isn't he 21?
I think he's a little bit older as well.
Okay, so you kind of like that. Like Coach Cal has been pretty emphatic and pretty adamant about still recruiting freshmen, but you pair those with some older guys that have played a lot of college basketball, Colton, with 4 spots remaining. I understand why Cal likes this roster. I think a lot of fans like this roster.
Absolutely. There's a lot to be excited about. I just with number of spots left, you do have to bring in some more towel poppers, some guys at the end of the bench to be there just to, support the team.
The Colton Littles and the Ty Richardsons.
The Colton Littles and the Ty Richardsons of the world. You got to have a couple of those. And, hey, I relished that role. I know you did, too, because it was fun. And every team needs those. But he's got to get a couple of those, too, some guys that want to come and have that experience and get a great education at the University of Arkansas and play college basketball and be coached by a Hall of Famer. There'll be somebody out there that they'll find to do that, but they also could probably use a little bit more shooting. So that's where I imagine they're going to be looking to next in the portal. The wing from Florida State that played with Malik Ewan, he kind of fits that mold a little bit. Another one to look out for is just somebody that can actually put the ball in the bucket from beyond the 3-point line. That was sorely missed last year, and we're not returning too much of it. So to have that back and grab that in the portal would be a necessity.
Yeah. So, again, you like this roster. We'll see what else they add here in the coming days. We're live this morning. Harry Robinson, Buick GMC, exit 11, I-540 in Fort Smith. State sales tax paid on every single pre-owned vehicle. Plus, you're going to get up to $10,000 off select GMC Sierras here at Harry Robinson, Buick GMC. I've got Chad, Harrison, Rodney, Chico, Corey, Joey, the whole team here that are ready to help you out here as we get going on Easter weekend here on Good Friday. Baseball-wise, I know that's positive news. Didn't go there. There are some positives yesterday. Vahiva Aloy just continues to pulverize the baseball.
And the pitch. There's another drive by Aloy. He hits it high in the air to straightaway center. Laviolette watches it get out of here. And Vahiva Aloy has tied the game with his 14th home run.
Colton leads the team now in home runs, leads the team in double-digit bats, but it's not just what he's doing with this bat. It's also what he's doing with his glove as well. He had that outstanding play
Web gem
yesterday, the Web gem as well. He's just in. We got this text in our baseball group last night, and it was like battles or Aloy. Now, that's obviously coming off of what Aloy just did and everything else. And Jalen Battles was fantastic defensively. But this guy gives you both. And I think that's that's not a shot at Jalen, because I still remember the grand slam he hit in Stillwater, Oklahoma, the grand slam that was heard across Arkansas. But you're seeing why he is up for the Golden Spikes the way he's played so far this year. And he's hitting, what, 387 now?
Yeah, he's
372.
crushing.
372.
Yeah, crushing the baseball. And there were some questions about whether or not he was going to be able to continue as a shortstop if he wanted to play professional baseball. I think that he's erased those throughout this entire season. It seems like from the very beginning, I remember the very first game, one of the first few innings, he made a over-the-shoulder basket catch, and it's kind of set the tone for this whole season that he's shown off. He has that major league range to be able to go to either side, wherever the ball is hit, make throws across his body. I know the baseball Twitter account did it last night. They kind of said Jeter-esque. That's exactly what he looked like. A jump at the row all the way across his body. I mean, he's able to do some really special things out there. To your point, though, that highlight that you played, Ty, bottom of the third, and that was the last time Arkansas scored any runs that whole game. So they're going to have to clean some things up. And while, yes, he had a good night, you got to see the bottom of the lineup get some production as well, the same as the top does with Aloy.
Yeah, and Dave Van Horn touched on it a little bit. I know that Brent Iredale's not playing as good as he was at other points this season, and he touched it. It's not just the middle of the lineup that you talked about, but also him as well. Here's what Coach had to say about him.
It's no secret. You got to have confidence when you go to the plate, and right now, when you're a hitter and you're struggling, you got to see one drop in every now and then. He hadn't had one in a while. The swing's still pretty good. You got to stay on the ball a little bit more. When you get a pitch, you got to square it up. Again, a couple of pitches today fouled him off, and then they went back to work on him. So it's his battle. He's got to find a way to get through it.
So collectively, there's a lot of things that Arkansas can do better in games 2 and 3 later on today. Just a reminder for everyone, game 2 is going to be at 2 o'clock. They shifted it with the projected rain on Saturday, and game 3 is going to be 1 hour after the conclusion of game 1. If you had tickets for Saturday's game, those will be eligible for the first game today, and if you had tickets for Friday's game, which is still the later game, you can use it for that. It's kind of confusing. They flip-flopped it a little bit, but that is the setup later on. I guess the positives that you can take away is you didn't use a lot of pitching yesterday. Colton, you only used 3 guys. Root didn't have a great outing, but sometimes that happens. Now you just wonder, it's like, hey, what is Gage Wood going to do for you? Dylan Carter, who pitched a good chunk yesterday, he gave you 4 innings, only gave up 1 hit in that game. Here's what he had to say about what he's seen from Gage Wood.
He's probably first one in the building, last one out when it comes to rehab, working out, throwing his bullpens. He's really, I don't think I've ever seen somebody attack rehab as he has. I mean, whenever he got hurt down in Texas, when we got back, 2 or 3 days later after he had his MRI, he was hit the ground running with rehab and trying to get healthy to help us out as a staff.
So you hope Gage, again, when you come back in nearly 2 months, like how amped up is he going to be, the combination? I'm curious to just see how that initial inning goes today for Gage Wood at 2 o'clock, Golden.
Yeah, and the good thing is that we do have that wide open bullpen today. We only threw 3 guys last night, so there's likely a chance that we're going to be able to bring in Jimenez, Bybee, somebody else if Gage runs into trouble. But like you said, he's seen and like you said, and like obviously Dylan Carter said, he's been working hard, and I think he's going to be amped up too. So we might get a couple innings, more innings than we think out of him, but it could just as easily kind of go sideways. But Gage is a hard worker. He's one of my favorite Razorbacks to watch on this team, and I know that it's been a hard road back, and hopefully tonight he's able to exercise some demons and get out there. But if not, there's plenty of arms in the pen that can get it done, and we've got a lot better pitching than A&M does.
Yeah, hopefully Arkansas again gets out of this 3-game losing streak, which again we don't want to make a mountain out of molehill. You've lost by 2 runs this past week in combination, and you had a chance to tie it up with Davalon at the plate with 2 guys on. I know Dave Van Horn was frustrated after the game. A lot of us were frustrated after the game, but I don't want to make too much out of it when it comes to that. We mentioned, again, spring game, and one of the things we had a chance to talk with yesterday was Andrew Armstrong, and I want to go back to something he said about Bobby Petrino, year 2 for Coach as the offensive coordinator here at Arkansas. Here's how high Andrew Armstrong was on Bobby Petrino this past season.
I feel like Coach Petrino is the best offensive coordinator in the country. Like he knows that even with any player that comes in, like he knows their strengths and weaknesses. Like He understands what they can do on the field, what position to put them in, how to match them up. He knows, just all the small details into being an offensive coordinator. He's a perfectionist.
I just got an email. They are still planning on playing this spring game tomorrow, Colton. We'll see if you're hoping again the weather. What did you say? That Pittman said this morning, like they'd have to send in the National Guard or something.
Well, Pittman just said that the weather service would basically have to tell them that they couldn't play, but they're going to try everything they can to get out there and play for the fans. That's who they want to do it for.
Yeah, and again, that is it. We're going to have it for you here on ESPN Arkansas. HitThatLine.com or Hit That Line Now app if you want to listen to it. Hit That Line Now app, always powered by Taco Bell, and take advantage of that. Would love to see Andrew out there, but this is, again, an opportunity for some new faces. And then also, you just wonder about what they're going to add in the offseason. I know that Sam Pittman has touched on this a little bit, and even last night, in the midst of a pivotal series for this Arkansas baseball team, football players still in the center of it. Some of you have heard this. Some of you are maybe about to hear it for the first time. My favorite player on this team, Cam Ball, did take me out to the ball game in the 7th inning stretch.
The falsetto at the end is great.
Yeah, and he's standing next to Taylon Green during that. He's going to be successful in whatever he does. He just has an energy that is not matched by me, you, or anyone else that he comes into contact with. And it also helps that he's an all-SEC type of defensive lineman as well. That's kind of what you know, and then there's a lot of pieces you don't know. Sam Pittman, I feel like he echoed it this morning on Chuck and Bo, how much defensively that they're going to hit on in the portal. So hopefully Cam will get some guys that can play alongside him on that defensive line. Hey, we're brought to you this morning by Pradco Fishing. Made right here in Arkansas on Lurnet.com. You can get your favorite lures with the click of a button at Lurnet.com. All U.S. orders over $35 get free shipping. Rebel, Yum, Booyah, and more at Pradco Fishing. Treat yourself or your buddy to some tackle box treasures. Check out Lurnet.com today. That's Lurnet.com. And Pradco Fishing, made right here in Arkansas. All right, we've got our SEC update coming up. Felix Jones in about 15 minutes. We continue on the Morning Rush live on a Fastball Friday, Football Friday, brought to you by QC Kinetix from Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Next.
Through kicks and deals, he struck him out swinging. This is Fastball Friday on the Morning Rush. Presented by QC Kinetix. Get real lasting relief from chronic joint pain.
Mega Millions now has better odds, bigger prizes, and the highest starting jackpot in America. Top prizes start at $50 million and increase rapidly until someone wins. What else is new? How about no more break-even prizes? Win anywhere from 2 to 10 times your bet. And the multiplier? It's no longer an add-on. Mega Millions is always $5 per play, bells and whistles included. Play today in stores or on the go. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for problem gambling helpline.
Adventure doesn't wait, and neither should you. Start your next journey at Arkansas's #1 fifth wheel dealer, Wheels RV in Northwest Arkansas. No matter the size of your family or your budget, Wheels RV has a new travel trailer or fifth wheel to help you explore the great outdoors. And with our exclusive lifetime warranty on every new RV, you can hit the open road with peace of mind. Come see us on 412 in Tawnytown or check us out at wheelsrv.net. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
First happened in June of 1889. I think I was 4.
This is the Morning Rush.
The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. For a successful stint in the great outdoors, pack accordingly. Place heavy essentials near your spine for stability in rough terrain, with light items near the bottom. Now, you may be wondering, where does the Bush Light go? In your stomach. Head for the mountains. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2023 Anheuser-Busch Busch Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, Ty Richardson, back in my favorite place, Papa's Pub and Pizzeria in downtown Fort Smith here with Brooklyn, one of the new gals. Y'all have got a great special on Monday, Brooklyn.
Yes, we have our $3 domestic drafts, our Bud Lights, Miller Lights, Coors Light, Yingling, Shinerbach, Michelob Ultra, some super cold mugs, and 10 wings for $8.95.
Come on by and see us at 508 Garrison Avenue in downtown Fort Smith. Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, the best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world.
It's time for the Wrath Ride Replacement Sale at Wrath Auto Resources. Right now, bring in your old car and get up to $3,750 above appraised market value for your trade. Take advantage of over $20,000 in recent price reductions on our road-ready certified pre-owned inventory, inspected and reconditioned in our on-site Meineke Car Care Center and backed by a comprehensive warranty. It's the Wrath Ride Replacement Sale all this month at Wrath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, WrathAutoFortSmith.com.
World-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort, where a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gaston's, a first-class time, every time.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
Hey, Ty Richardson here at First Financial Mortgage, my mortgage lender, Ethan Adamson. Ethan, congratulations, over 300 five-star reviews.
Yeah, Ty, we pride ourselves on delivering a 5-star service during the entire mortgage process.
What sets you apart from everyone else?
I think communication, how quickly we work, we get you closed on time or early. Call 479-782-9300. Weekdays 8 to 5, ffb1.com. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you, equal housing lender.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today and see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit can save you up to $500 off your tax bill.
This ad sponsored by the Sebastian County Assessor and paid for by Amendment 79.
You looking to revamp your closet? Tired of wearing the same old stuff? Hey, Ty Richardson for Roback, one of our new partners here at ESPN Arkansas. Hoodies, joggers, polos, you name it, they have it. Thankfully, Roback is licensed by the University of Arkansas, so you can add to your Razorback collection. Here's the best part. Because you're an ESPN Arkansas listener, you're going to get 20% off your first order. Just use the code RUSH25 at Roback.com. That's RHOBACK.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
The SEC is the best conference in America. The tough will survive in this game, and I feel like the SEC is the toughest.
Arkansas is the SEC champion.
You know, every game is a dogfight.
We're about the toughest there is. Week in and week out, you're going to play some of the best, the biggest, the fastest. The Hawks have finally it's the first SEC tournament championship for Arkansas.
Where opponents' dreams come to die.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
I think I'm going to have to tackle anybody that tries to do a headgear pick, either other than Lee Corso. That, to me, is his signature moment, and it should stay with him, in my judgment. And I will fight very hard not to be overruled or vetoed on that, because many people tell me that it's just something that they look forward to every week, and I think that is his and his alone.
The big college football news yesterday breaking. Lee Corso, at 89 years old, will do one last final college game day this upcoming week 1, and then done. Finito. The final act for a guy that's nearly done it 4 decades with ESPN. That was Reese Davis on CNN yesterday talking about that. I had wondered, Colton, what if they're going to continue on that tradition. it's at least from Davis's standpoint, he doesn't want it to happen. I don't know what the upper crust executives at ESPN think. I know that is his, but they're going to go to Texas, Ohio State. That's where it started. That's where it's going to end. He's going to put on Brutus Buckeye one more time, and that's all she wrote. But it is kind of sad. He's been to many SEC stadiums over the years, and it's kind of sad that it's coming to an end as of this upcoming football season.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things that I remember as a little kid waking up on, Saturdays in the fall and looking forward to watching to see who Corso was going to pick. And, I just think that it was always one of the fun things that got you ready for what was going to be a fun day of football, what seemed like every single Saturday. And as we talked about a little bit yesterday, it's just gotten a little bit more difficult to watch. Kirk has had to kind of help him around a little bit, and that he loves it so much that it's not anybody that's forcing him to do it. He's wanting to do it himself, and I think it's a good time for him to step away. But Reese Davis is absolutely right. There is no way they could get anybody else to put that headset on and act like that mascot with any more vigor and charisma that would do Lee Corso any justice. It wouldn't feel right for anybody else to do it. They've kind of revamped game day now with McAfee and made it a little bit more modern. They've got Coach Saban now as the old figurehead that's got his finger on the pulse of everything in football. And I think that that's a good thing that they have going. They don't need to keep, trying to recreate the old stuff with Coach Corso. Just let it have its time and its place and, bring him along when you can. But for him to be up there every Saturday, it's too much for him, and it's not what they should be doing.
Yeah, that's kind of the same way I feel about that. All right, other news. I always love ejections, and this happened in Baton Rouge, Louisiana yesterday.
All right, here's how the last half inning ended. LeBron, after striking out, turns to Darren Hyman and not happy with the call. Just as first base coach Mike Morrison enters your screen from the left, coming down from the coach's box. He's not happy. Darren Hyman says something to the effect of one more word, and you can leave the game. There were a few more words, and right as Rob Vaughn came out, Morrison got ejected.
Yeah, so pretty crazy outcome yesterday as the LSU Tigers do go on to win to beat the Alabama Crimson Tide 11-6. Alabama's got a good baseball program, number 15 in the country. I would like to thank our friend Phil Elson, who texted me here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline saying, Warren Nolan's baseball website, and I'm up on it now. It's fantastic. I don't know how I've gone a season of baseball without this. So now I have the SEC scores right in front of me. Texas defeated Auburn by 1 run yesterday. Oklahoma crushed Missouri 17-4. Ole Miss lost to South Carolina by a run. Mentioned the LSU score. Vanderbilt defeated Georgia 3-1. And then the Aggies, unfortunately, as we know, beat the Arkansas Razorbacks by a score of 7-4. So thank you, Mr. Phil Elson. You're always helping me out in need in another situation like that. We've heard from Dave Van Horn a little bit so far this morning. He touched on a variety of things in the press conference yesterday. Again, if you want to take a positive way, it was about saving the pen, which Dylan Carter was able to do.
I thought Carter came in and did a great job, really gave us an opportunity to score and get back in the game, and we just never did.
Yep, and now the opportunity presents itself for this upcoming two-game doubleheader where Arkansas could take two and end up winning the series. Now, when asked, there is something to think about. We've talked about Gage Wood and the impact he's had first game back in nearly 2 months. What about Layden Beileshees, who will be on a day less rest, 2 days less rest now? Here's what Coach had to say about him.
Yeah, I mean, it's not to our advantage. That's all I can tell you. I mean, I don't know what you're asking me. He's starting.
The same thing applies for Texas A&M too, but that is, again, the setup with the change in the schedule. No games tomorrow if you're just jumping in with or no game tomorrow. Both games doubleheader today. Starts at 2, an hour after when Arkansas will play after that, Colton.
Yeah, Texas A&M, like we mentioned already, they've won 8 straight games in a row. They're hot right now, but look, they used their best pitcher yesterday. Weston Moss ended up throwing 5 innings, basically guaranteeing that he's going to be sitting on the pine for the rest of the weekend, and deservedly so. He had a great outing. He shut down the Razorback lineup, but now that makes you feel good if you're a Razorback hitter because, look, they've thrown 2 of their best pitchers already. They're going to have a starter out there, but anybody else that they bring in isn't going to be as good as what you've seen in practice, the guys that are going up against you. So hopefully these guys can get it going. I know that Iredale kind of struggled last night. He also was responsible for some of those runners that were on base that Root kind of ended up coming around to score as well. well.
Errors,
Two errors. It's an unfortunate night, and that's just not really Razorback baseball in a sense. You don't see that a whole lot, so they'll clean it up. It's not too much to be worried about, Ty. You said it earlier. No need to make mountains out of molehills.
I don't know. I don't want to credit him with both errors. I know he had one, but Arkansas did finish that game again with 2 errors last night. All right, that's your SEC update here this morning. It's brought to you by Mock Legal Solutions. Jackie and her team can help you in Salisaw and to better serve Sequoia and LaFleur County. She's done family law for quite some time. She can also help with car wrecks, slip and falls, dog bite cases, you name it, they can do it. Insurance checks, wreck checks, they can help you get one of those after an accident. They realized in today's economy, you can't necessarily pony up $5,000. So they offer flat fees, low down payments, and payment plans. The laws have changed, and yes, joint custody is the default, but they're not afraid to go to trial and are successful when they do. MockLegalSolutions.com. Mock Legal Solutions, real advice, reasonable price. All right, Felix Jones coming up in just a bit here on the Morning Rush. I do want to mention, not only we've talked about it being Good Friday this morning, which I hope everyone has an awesome Easter Day weekend. Colton, it's also National Exercise Day, so make sure you get out and about on that. It's National Animal Crackers Day. I can't remember the last time that I got out. It's also, I didn't know this until, I don't even know what website sent this to me, but the American Revolution began today.
That's right.
How about that?
That's what I'm talking about.
That?
For the better, baby.
Yeah,
for the better.
Those dumb redcoats. Thank goodness we don't get taxation without representation anymore.
Right.
Am I right?
That's
Everyone?
right. That's right.
Am I right? I say tongue-in-cheek sarcastically because it still feels like that sometimes. Last thing to round up the list of holidays, whatever else this is, it's Newspaper Columnist Day. We were talking about traditions earlier on Easter, what you do with your family on this Easter Day weekend. Sean's got his traditions. Larry's got his traditions. Colton, you have yours. I have mine. A tradition I held for quite some time, and I don't do it the same way. I don't consume media the same way anymore. I'll look up on my iPad or my computer or my phone, but one of my favorite things is opening up the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette and reading old Wally Hall, who I've gotten a chance to meet and form somewhat of a relationship with. I don't know if he necessarily considers me a friend, but at least he knows my name, which is kind of cool as a guy that's much younger than he is. And that's reading Clay stuff back in the day, Wally stuff, Tom, Bob. Tom's a little younger than some of those guys. I mentioned the late Bob Holt. That is a tradition. So one of my favorite things growing up is send my dad's rocking chair and just open up the paper on that. Always something cool to take advantage of. So on Newspaper Columnist Day, just wanted to give a couple guys a shout out there. Hey, when it's time to spruce up your existing home or build a brand new one, you can trust the experts at Farm Credit of Western Arkansas. They have the best financing options for you. Visit myaglender.com or drop by Farm Credit of Western Arkansas's 25 locations today. Get started on building more family memories. Felix Jones coming up in just a bit. He has, I'm going to guess, some thoughts on spring ball and leading up to a spring game and everything else. This is a good weekend always to take advantage of what's going on at Gaston's White River Resort. 870-431-5202. You go to Gastons.com, go to their Facebook, go to their Instagram. You can check out all the things that Clint Jacob and their team have at Gastons. 870-431-5202. That's Gastons.com. The best White River Resort out there. Gaston's White River Resort. A first-class time. Every time.
Through kicks and deals, he struck him out swinging. This is Fastball Friday on the Morning Rush.
Presented by QC Kinetix. Get real lasting relief from chronic joint pain.
Adventure doesn't wait, and neither should you. Start your next journey at Arkansas's #1 fifth wheel dealer, Wheels RV in Northwest Arkansas. No matter the size of your family or your budget, Wheels RV has a new travel trailer or fifth wheel to help you explore the great outdoors. And with our exclusive lifetime warranty on every new RV, you can hit the open road with peace of mind. Come see us at 412 in Tawnytown or check us out at wheelsrv.net. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Largemouth bass will be spawning soon at ponds and lakes all over Arkansas and Oklahoma. One of the best lures to catch them on at this time is the famous Yum Dinger. We make them by the truckloads in Fort Smith in 3, 4, 5, and 6 inch sizes. and they are in tackle boxes of bass anglers all over the U.S. and all over the world. Wacky rigging the 5-inch model can't be beat for spawning bass. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle stores all over the place. The Yum Dinger.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention, which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million+ products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them, the right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Brazil down the lane with a one-hand jam. That was the dunk of the year.
This is the Morning Rush. Save up to $5,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover, for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith, or online at harryrobinson.com.
Hey, Ty Richardson here at First Financial Mortgage, my mortgage lender, Ethan Adamson. Ethan, congratulations, over 300 5-star reviews.
Yeah, Ty, we pride ourselves on delivering a 5-star service during the entire mortgage process.
What sets you apart from everyone else?
I think communication, how quickly we work, we get you closed on time or early. Call 479-782-9300. Weekdays 8 to 5, ffb1.com. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you, equal housing lender.
Looking to protect yourself and your family this flu season? Law's Drug Store at 6802 Rogers Avenue offers the latest vaccines for adults and seniors in both COVID-19 and the flu. Law's Drug Store has friendly pharmacists ready to assist you with no appointment necessary. Call 452-6116. It's quick, it's easy, and in most cases, free with your insurance. Law's Drug Store, 6802 Rogers Avenue behind Outback Steakhouse. Open 6 days a week to care for you and your family.
Hey, Ty Richardson, back in my favorite place, Papa's Pub and Pizzeria in downtown Fort Smith here with Brooklyn, one of the new gals. Y'all got a great special on Monday, Brooklyn.
Yes, we have our $3 domestic drafts, our Bud Lights, Miller Lights, Coors Light, Yingling, Shinerbach, Michelob Ultra, some super cold mugs, and 10 wings for $8.95.
Come on by and see us at 508 Garrison Avenue in downtown Fort Smith.
Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, the best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today and see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit can save you up to $500 off your tax bill.
This ad sponsored by the Sebastian County Assessor and paid for by Amendment 79.
You looking to revamp your closet? Tired of wearing the same old stuff? Hey, Ty Richardson for Roback, one of our new partners here at ESPN Arkansas. Hoodies, joggers, polos, you name it, they have it. Thankfully, Roback is licensed by the University of Arkansas, so you can add to your Razorback collection. Here's the best part. Because you're an ESPN Arkansas listener, you're going to get 20% off your first order. Just use the code RUSH25 at Roback.com. That's RHOBACK.com.
The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. For a successful stint in the great outdoors, pack accordingly. Place heavy essentials near your spine for stability in rough terrain, with light items near the bottom. Now, you may be wondering, where does the Bush Light go? In your stomach. Head for the mountains. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2023, Anheuser-Busch, Bush Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell. Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. The Hit Skyline Now app is ready for you to download from the Apple and Google Play stores. Sponsored by Taco Bell. Live Moss.
25, Felix Jones coming up in just one bit. We are brought to you by the Arkansas State Police and Highway Safety Office. Hey, when you're in your vehicle and you're driving, put the phone away. Put it on Do Not Disturb. Otherwise, something bad could happen. I know that between 2011 and 2020, more than 32,000 Americans lost their lives while in motor vehicle crashes involving distracted drivers. So what can you do? Remove the temptation. Put your phone away. No excuse for putting other people's lives at risk while distracted driving. When you're driving, pay attention to the road. Remember this, in Arkansas, put the phone away or pay. This paid for by the Arkansas State Police and Highway Safety Office.
Hey, this is former Razorback Felix Jones, and you listen to the Morning Rush.
Take advantage of every play you get. When that ball is in your hand, if you can go score a touchdown, go score a touchdown.
Felix Jones, room to run. 3rd and 10, Felix Jones may take it all the way. Felix Jones will coast for the touchdown. And Felix Jones is done. Goodbye. This is Felix Jones, the rookie, coming in for a touchdown. Touchdown, Dallas, and it's Felix Jones getting it after a marvelous career in Arkansas, and he makes good on his opportunity here in the third quarter. On the end around, this is Jones, and Jones has some real estate ahead of him. Felix Jones telling everyone to look at his shoe bottoms. Touchdown, Razorbacks. And you'll see Felix Jones explode through that lane right there, and no one's going to get Felix Jones.
You talking about Oklahoma now? Yeah. Arkansas is my home.
Not gonna lie, I got a little emotional this week. I was watching one of my favorite players growing up's Hall of Fame introduction, Mr. Felix Jones, who now joins us here on the Morning Rush. Legendary Arkansas running back, over 4,000 all-purpose yards, 27 touchdowns, 22nd overall pick by the Dallas Cowboys, nearly 3,000 yards and 11 touchdowns in the NFL. Felix, you provided me some great memories as a middle schooler and elementary man. I'm just happy that you're joining us this morning. What's going on?
Oh, man, not too much, man. Excited and, happy to be here with you. You're doing a lot at this point. So I hope you excuse the background.
Well, tell us what you're doing, man. You're in Tulsa. Tell me about Skyline Mansion. What is this development you've got going on?
Oh, man, this house has a lot of history to it. Originally, it was built by a guy who I guess he founded it, Tulsa. I can't think of his name right now. I'm sorry, but this home right now, it was the home of a person who originally created Tulsa, and now I try to make it a museum and art place, for people to come out and kind of show off, their new creations, different artists, rappers and, painters, anybody of any type of art, we try to open the building up to them, and, it's been good so far. And, if anybody get a chance to come out and see it in Tulsa, Oklahoma, it'll be there, for the looking.
Heck yeah, man! I always wondered how Oklahoma and Oklahoma State let you get out of Oklahoma. I know you've talked about Coach Nutt before, and you've really spoken. You felt like he cared about you as a man, and not just what you could do on a football field. I wonder, Felix, if you could take us back to that recruiting process and really what helped Coach Nutt and the Razorback brand push over the edge for you to come out of Tulsa and Booker T to Fayetteville, Arkansas, and play for the Razorbacks?
You know what? It was Coach Nutt's charisma, man. He was, he had a way of words, and he was just a great guy. I liked the way he. He just talked about having players around and what he would do for the players and how he talked to my parents and stuff like that. Also, it was Bobby Allen. He did a great job. And, being consistent and coming, and making sure, hey, you ain't talking to no other schools, are you? So, it was great between the both of them. They got me down there, and once I got down on campus, man, it was game over.
I can imagine where Brandon and Austin kind of poking their heads around when around practice and everything. They would have been, I guess, in middle school at the time you were on campus, a little older than me. I think Austin and I are the same age. But do you remember seeing Brandon and Austin back in the day as kids?
I remember him telling that he had some young boys that was going to grow up and be football players. So I remember him telling I can't remember because, I was focused on getting down there and wondering what's next for me. So, but I knew that, Coach Allen had a couple of boys that was going to be, coming up and be some football players. And, yeah, I heard about them.
You were focused on putting that ball in the end zone, which you, again, did 27 times in your career at the University of Arkansas. But, as doing some research on you, I found out you could ball a little bit too, man. I know you felt like it was in your best interest to pursue football, but basketball was really your first love, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was actually my first kind of love in sports. Basketball was. And, I just didn't, my dad would say I didn't grow it tall enough. So we had to go other places, and he was like, football is not a bad idea to do. But he was still, he's worried about my safety and all. So as a parent should, and but I tried to play basketball, man, and it was pretty good for me. I think it helped me out and football a lot, though. Jumping and being able to. Either grab or jump over or, do something athletic. And I took all the ability I had from each and every sport to take the football, and it seemed to work perfectly.
Yeah, Coach Nutt loved 3-sport athletes. I know you're a track star as well, and he probably encouraged you in that category when it came to just going through high school, I'd guess.
I mean, I think it was, like you said, it didn't hurt me at all that I had, did those other sports. And, like you said, it helps out, you just play one sport. You kind of figure out that sport, but having multiple sports under your belt, you kind of seen how to be athletic. And then now I'm taking 3 sports to one. And, putting it all together. And I think that's why I think Coach Nutt like, multiple sport athletes on his team because, you never know what you're going to get. You never know what you're going to see. It's just creativity on the field nowadays.
There is, and you had quite creativity on the field. We're talking with legendary Arkansas running back Felix Jones here on the Morning Rush, first team All-American in 2007. Felix, I mentioned 2007. A lot of memories in 2006, 2007. Y'all's victory against LSU in multiple overtimes. I think about the South Carolina game that you and Darren had. I think about that win against Auburn in 2006 on the road. What kind of stands out for you in your Razorback career is maybe your favorite moment donning an Arkansas uniform?
Oh man, you just named them all for me. I'm gonna just add to that. Walking up and down those hills, looking at those buildings, those classrooms I had to walk into. That was a memory for me that, I would like to add because it was, I mean, school is school, but, when you go to school, you learn with other people who, have different walks of life, that becomes exciting. You get to meet people and you see their journey, how they got to where we are in one classroom. So that was fun for me. Something outside of football. That was fun for me, just being on campus.
So some of your friends, I would guess, are non-student athletes, and obviously you've got teammates you still keep up with. Do you still keep in touch with a good chunk of maybe University of Arkansas classmates or just guys that you played with at the U of A?
Pretty much the guys that I played with on the football team. Yeah, I think numbers have changed, relationships, everything has changed from then. So it's a little difficult to, kind of keep up with everyone. But, some of my football team, my teammates, I keep in touch with, like McFadden.
On the subject of Darren, and again, Felix Jones, our guest here on the Board and Rush on the Lewis Automotive Group Hotline. Felix, my favorite picture of you and Darren of all time, and
I know which one you're talking about.
Oh yeah, you do. Fred Flintstone, Barney Rubble. Now, I told you, I'm acting like a fanboy for a sec. But as we talked about earlier this week, like your playing days where I was in elementary and middle school. So it just takes me back to some good times. And I told you, like my brother Joey had this red Darren McFadden jersey. I had a white Felix Jones jersey. And so like when I saw you two as Barney Rubble and Fred Flintstone, I thought that was the funniest thing ever. What led to that Halloween dress up?
Oh man. We were sitting in the training room with good old Dean Weber. And some other trainers, and somebody came up with the idea of, you guys need to dress up for something that's, for Halloween. And I said, what could we dress up in? And they just started throwing out suggestions. I said, Fred, that one right there, I would do that one, the Fred and Barney. So me and Darren, we got the outfits, and we came out to came down to the A Club, and that's where we got saw with wearing our costumes, and that was fun, man. But that's how it kind of originally happened. Somebody just suggested that y'all need to dress up for Halloween.
Love that.
All right, we'll do it.
Felix, you mentioned Dean Weber. I know him passing recently has affected a lot of players. I worked with Matt Jones, and Matt was really close with Dean. What memories do you have of the late Dean Weber?
Dean, forever be remembered in my heart. He's been a great guy since I got to campus. When I very first met him, he was act like we've been knowing each other for years. Dean, I love that man. Dean, he was a great guy to us, meant a lot to us, and he was a great friend too, as well as, even out when we got drafted, Dean kept up with us. He called us, he talked to us, and made sure we were doing good, and that was my guy right there. So, I could talk about Dean, but I'm limited for a little bit. But Dean was, he was my man. He was a great friend.
That's awesome. We're getting a chance to talk with Felix Jones this morning. Felix, Arkansas plays in their spring game tomorrow. I know in some cases that's become a thing of the past on other campuses, but the Razorbacks still doing this. What do you remember about spring games back when you were in school?
Oh, yeah. I remember that everything was just getting started again. Yeah, everything was going, but I remember is Coach Deck used to work us out so hard. Coach Decker, he used to work us out so hard during springtime. But that's when I knew who was going to be, ready to play. Because if we survive Coach Decker's workout, throughout the spring, and then get to that spring game, then every coach will know who's ready to play.
I love it.
So yeah, it was a gut testing time right there. So I remember that all day long, and like I said, if you're going through Coach Decker's workout, you was ready for the season.
Trash cans all out and about just in case guys were puking. Yeah,
absolutely.
Oh man, I want to move on past the U of A, past Fayetteville to the Dallas Cowboys. You were a part of a team that helped the Cowboys in their 13-year playoff win drought. You had a moment on Monday Night Football where you took a 98-yard kickoff back to the house. What was it like not just to play for one of the biggest brands in the NFL, but a former Razorback too, in Jerry Jones?
Oh man, I know. It had to been fireworks and everything going off in Arkansas when that happened on Monday Night Football. Man, I can't tell you how excited it was to play and to be just in that stadium. That was one of the last. I want to say the last year, Dallas Cowboys Stadium there, and I guess what was it? It wasn't Dallas. It was Dallas County, somewhere out there. But that was the last of the old stadium, and bringing it into the new, and being able to play in both, man, it was exciting. It was fun. I mean, childhood dreams. Being a part of that organization. So it was everything I was hoping for when I got drafted.
Well, you made the most of it, no question about it. Felix, I know over time, as you grow older, dreams change. What's it been like you being a girl dad and just kind of moving on to the next stage of your life? What's that been like?
Oh, amazing. It touched my heart in places I didn't know. And, I could be touched. These little girls, do so much to me now. And, I mean, as far as seeing them grow from babies to little girls now, oh, man, it's beautiful, man. 16, 10, and 6.
Wow.
These are the ages, and, they changed my life every day.
That's awesome. So you have three.
What a best.
Do you have any boys or just 3 girls?
All girls.
Okay. He's a girl dad through and through. We got any track stars in there, Felix?
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
I love it. Well, he's Felix Jones. You know his name. You know what he did at Arkansas. Kind enough to join us this morning here on the Morning Rush. Felix, we really appreciate your time. It's fun to go down memory lane, and man, this was a joy for me. Thank you.
Man, thank you. And you're welcome, sir. I appreciate you. Let me be a part of your show.
That's a cool thing right there. And that was a little. And Colton, you would have definitely been in elementary school when he was running roughshod on FCC defenses back in the day. Hey, as we close today's show, appreciate everyone listening here on a Fast Break Fastball and Football Friday, brought to you by QC Kinetix Wheels RV in Northwest Arkansas. Chris, Lee J, they always give you the lifetime warranty to help you camp with confidence with every new RV. Stop in and see why they're the best RV dealer year after year, 5 miles west off exit 72 in Springdale. Seek, explore, and discover the best RV dealership, Wheels RV in Northwest Arkansas. For Colton Little, I'm Ty Richardson. Mr. Phil Elson set to join Matt Jones and Colton coming up here on halftime. Everyone have a great Good Friday, Easter weekend. We're back on Monday at 9 a.m. And Tommy's back as well. We'll talk to you then.
Adventure doesn't wait, and neither should you. Start your next journey at Arkansas's